live lesson, we're going to talk about expressing your feelings in English. In today's lesson, we're going to talk a lot about key adjectives as our focus vocabulary. Today, we're going to talk about a few key patterns you can use to describe your feelings, and we're going to practice some prepositions that are really important to show the direction of your feelings. For example, do you talk about yourself with one preposition, or do you use the same preposition when you talk about someone else's feelings? We're going to cover that today with, I think, about 2 or 3 different prepositions. So please join me, and please make sure to send lots of examples in the chat. Also say hello in the chat if you haven't already. Please make sure to hit the like and the share buttons so other people can find today's lesson. That would be super cool. Hello everybody who's in the chat. Hello on YouTube. Amal, what's up? Alejo, hello. Isaac, what's up? Jacob, what's up? Pablo, hello. Welcome everybody. Andres, what's up? Facebook is loading. I will say hello to you in a moment. But let's review today's content. Today we're going to talk about feelings, so feeling related vocabulary words, and why. It's important to be able to express these feelings in your friendships, in your professional environments, at school environments. So make sure that you understand the key differences between the words we're going to talk about today as well. This is also very important when you ask for help too. Hello everybody joining. I will come back to the chat in just a moment. So as I said, these are good for work. They're good with friends, good in school, and everyday conversations. Okay, so today we're going to practice a couple of key patterns. These two kind of group together. I feel plus adjective and I'm adjective. These are good to talk about your feelings. Okay, very basic pattern for the ways that you feel. We're going to practice this today. And this one, that's adjective. This is for something outside you. Okay, something outside you. That means it can be like a movie or a TV show or another person's situation. So today we're going to talk about kind of these two groups, inside you, your feelings, and things outside you or other people's feelings. Okay, so before I continue, I want to remind you, the team has a bunch of free PDFs that you can find from the link below the video. Click down here, YouTube viewers, and Facebook viewers, check the link up here. You will find a link to EnglishClass101.com where you can download all of these PDFs. Oh, Control Desk is showing you now all of these different PDFs. If you have not checked this recently, please go and check it now because the team has added some new PDFs to this list. You can find phone dialogue, phone conversation practice on here now. It's at the very, very bottom if you go down. You can find travel conversation practice. You can find movie discussions. There's so many different topics. So if you downloaded some a long time ago, come back and check again because you can find some new ones there. Okay, I'll remind you again later. Okay, let's get into today's topic. If you haven't, please like and share the video. Hello, everybody who has joined. Hello, oh my gosh, so many people. Oh my gosh, so many people. Hello, Antonio and Barbara. Hello, Pablo Dindar from Kurdistan. Budiman, hello, Antonio again. Hi, Antonio again. Rocky, what's up? Farhan, hello. Patrick, what's up? Duber, hello. Juan Cuervo, hello. Jacine, hello. Mosaides. Oh my gosh, there are so many people. Hello, everybody. Facebook is still not here, but maybe they will join us soon. Let's begin with our first keyword for today. So the first keyword is an easy one, starting very easy. Happy. Happy. Happy is a very easy one. Happy refers to feeling pleasure, right? Contentment. Contentment, this is a big word for this lesson. Content means everything is good. I don't need anything. I am content. I am not hungry. I am not sleepy. I am not sad. I am not angry. Everything is just right. Yeah, content. So that's a feeling. Contentment is the state of feeling content. Big concept to start today with. But happy is kind of, we want to feel happy most days, I think. I feel happy today. Maybe Control Desk can feel a little happy today about some things. Control Desk feeling pretty good? Yeah, okay, all right. So I hope you are all happy watching this live stream. Let's look at an easy example sentence that uses happy. Person A says, I got the job. Person B says, I'm so happy for you. Okay, this sentence has one of the key points I want to talk about today. Happy, easy vocabulary word, right? I feel happy. But I said I wanted to talk about some prepositions. Notice, I'm so happy for you. This part right here is very important. Why? This sentence, I'm so happy, is grammatically correct. I got the job. Wow, I'm so happy. I'm so happy means that's my condition now. My general condition. I'm happy. However, I'm so happy for you. This part, using for you or for person, means this feeling is for you. Okay? I feel happy because of your news. I feel happy because you got the job. So when you want to express a feeling you have because of someone else, use I'm so feeling for you, or I'm so feeling for person. Of course, you can change this one. We'll review this concept a little later in today's lesson. You can say something here, I'm so nervous for you, or I'm so worried for you. You can change this. It does not have to be a positive emotion. But this, key point number 1 today, preposition point. Okay, let me check the chat. Hello, everyone. Patrick asked, is mood a synonym for feeling? Good question. Is mood a synonym? My mood. I would say not perfectly. It's not a perfect synonym. If synonym, watch your spelling on that one. Synonym, let's see, this one. Mood is not exactly the same as a feeling, yeah? A mood is like over a period of time. Like maybe think about how you're feeling now. Maybe you feel happy, or maybe you feel tired, maybe you feel hungry, right? Those are all our feelings, right? Something our body needs, or something like maybe we feel stressed, right? But a mood is kind of like the general feeling during a time of day. So for example, like your mood in the morning, or your mood in the afternoon, or your mood in the evening. We sometimes describe it as like in a good mood or in a bad mood, where it's not just a one moment kind of idea. It's, for example, this afternoon, he's in a bad mood. So mood is more like a longer time period. A feeling can be a long time, but a feeling is more like specific, yeah? So we don't say, for example, I'm in a hungry mood. No. We usually say that moods are good or bad, and they're more general over a period of time. Usually like a day, like, oh, she's in a good mood today. So I hope that helps you a little bit. Okay, let's go to Renee. Hello from Honduras. What about what? What about Honduras? So maybe, do you have a question, Renee from Honduras? Okay, let's go to the next one then. The next word is sad. 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 So another very easy one, but sad. We are not happy. We are not happy. Something causes us to cry, or we feel we want to cry. So we feel unhappy. If you are interested in learning this right here, this prefix means not here. So unhappy, or down, yeah? So when we feel down, it's the opposite of up, right? When we feel happy or excited, it's an up kind of feeling, right? A good mood. But being sad means that we have a low mood or a down mood. We usually don't say bad mood for sadness. When someone is in a bad mood, they're usually angry or frustrated. So sad, often a response to loss or disappointment. So someone is often sad, for example, when they don't receive a job. They applied for a job and they did not get the job. Or maybe a family member or a friend or a pet died. Or something negative happened, an accident maybe. So sadness is usually someone lost something or was injured or hurt in some way. Okay, let's take a look at the example. Are you okay? I'm feeling sad about the news. I'm feeling sad about the news. Okay, here we have another point to practice. I'm feeling sad is correct. Also, I'm feeling sad. That's an okay response to this question. Are you okay? I'm feeling sad. But this person explains why. So you can give the reason here. I'm feeling sad about something. So the news. Maybe in the news recently, there was some sad information. I'm feeling sad about the news, okay? So you can use this for any feeling, yeah? I'm feeling so happy about the news also is fine to say. But use about to introduce the reason for your feeling, okay? Let me check the chat. Hello, everybody. Nathan wrote, sad versus lonely. Yeah, I don't think we're covering lonely today. Sad, yeah, like we talked about, we respond to loss or disappointment with sad, right? I lost something, or my family member went away, or I miss someone who is important to me. I want to see them. Lonely sounds like I'm not talking to anyone. I just sit in my house, no messages with my friends, or I don't talk to my family. I'm not seeing someone. I don't have a connection with someone. So sad and lonely, sometimes we feel together, right? Maybe we miss our friends or we miss our family members. But sad and lonely are different feelings. Yeah, okay. Andreas wrote, I have a question. Wanna is the verb in past. What is the difference? Can you maybe try to send me the question in a different way? I don't understand your question there. Wanna is the verb in past. Want to is part of a verb structure, but it's not the past form. So can you try again? Can you try maybe with an example sentence, Andreas? Patrick asked, is down similar to depressive? Yes, down is similar to depressive or depressed. When you are feeling depressed, you often, I think, in every case, maybe, feel sad. Yes, that's correct. Okay. Okay, let me see. On to the next one. Excited. Excited. Okay, excited. Another one, excited is like another level of happy. Happy is general good feeling, right? Excited, there's a reason for excited usually. Feeling energetic, so you are feeling up. You are very positive, right? Eager about something. Eager means you want to do something. You are excited to go to an amusement park or to see your friend or to go to a movie, yeah? You are ready and you want to do that thing, okay? Something good that is going to happen, something you think is good, okay? So to be excited is usually a very positive thing, okay? All right, oops, I went backwards. The next example, are you ready for the concert? Are you ready for the concert? Yes, I'm really excited. This is a good example of how we can use excited. So there's something we want to do. Farhan wrote, mood and feeling is not clear. Did you watch, were you here at the beginning? I explained a difference of mood and feeling quickly. It's not the focus of today's lesson, but maybe if you missed it, if you just joined live, you can watch this after. Watch the beginning, maybe 3 to 5 minutes, and hopefully you can find an answer. Okay, hello Nahora, and Budman. Excited means motivated. Excited can mean motivated. I'm excited to start my new job, for example. Excited means you are ready and you want to do something and you feel good and positive about it. Okay, let's continue to worried. Worried. Okay, worried. This one we're going to compare later to this word, anxious, later in the lesson. Feeling anxious or concerned about a possible problem, okay? This is an important keyword here, possible problem. Worried means, actually, let me backtrack. Worried and anxious are very similar. We're going to talk about anxious later in today's lesson. Worried, when you say, I'm so worried right now, the feeling with worry is there's a little bit of fear. There's a little bit of fear. There's a little feeling of nervousness in there. It depends on the situation a little. But when we feel worried, we often feel some fear about a possible problem. So a good example of this, let's say you're waiting for your family member to come home, to drive home, and the weather is really bad. You're waiting and waiting, it's a long time, so you feel worried. Oh no, maybe there was an accident, or maybe there was a car problem, or maybe the weather is so intense, the road is blocked. Something like that. That's an example of feeling worried. We feel afraid. We feel a little fear, or maybe a lot of fear, okay? So we feel anxious. Anxious is more nervous. Worried is a little more like fear, and we just don't know what's happening, okay? All right, let me check the chat again. Mozaid wrote, I want to know similar words to excited. Please continue watching. I think we have at least one more word similar to excited. We talked about eager in that definition also. Rocky, can happy and excited mean the same thing? They're related. Like but I can feel happy. Like I feel happy now, but I'm not like excited, you know? I'm here to do my job. I feel happy and good. Am I like, super, super excited about a movie this weekend? I don't know. I'm not thinking about that now. Like now I'm thinking about my job, right? So they are different, right? When we feel excited, we are thinking about something coming up a lot, yeah? So maybe they can be the same. Zach wrote, I'm worried about my stage performance. Good. So I'm worried, or please wait until later. Maybe anxious is a better word for stage. For me personally, a guideline, worried is like a personal issue. I'm worried about my family member, or I'm worried about my friend, or I'm worried about my application, right? I feel a little fear. But later, we're going to talk about anxious, which is very good for like presentations and performances. So please wait around for that. Okay. Small Smoke, good idea. Good suggestions in the chat. Hyped and pumped are good ways to say excited. Those are a little like more slang related. For, maybe younger generations use those more than older generations. Okay, let's continue to our example. You look worried. You look worried. I'm worried about the test tomorrow. So again, we have this word that introduces the reason for the feeling, right? And this person expresses the feeling, the worry about themselves, right? This is my personal feeling. It sounds like I feel a little afraid about the test tomorrow, right? So it's something that's a problem, maybe is a future problem, okay? So this is kind of I hope you can understand the difference with anxious later. Okay, let's continue to the next one, surprised, surprised. Surprised, we have a few different keywords to talk about here. Astonished is another good one. Astonished and surprised generally mean good things, but sometimes we can use surprised and astonished for a negative situation. Usually we say surprised for a positive situation, okay? Something unexpected, okay? So it could be neutral, so not good or bad. It could be positive, or it could be negative. For me personally, I usually use surprised for a neutral or a positive thing. I personally don't really use surprise for a negative. I would use, for a negative, I would say I was shocked. That sounds very negative to me. Astonished, for me, I could use astonished for negative or positive. I probably would not use astonished in a neutral way. For me, astonished has a much higher degree of feeling. So something that is really, really surprising is something that astonished me, or that's astonishing, okay? So I would use shocked for a very negative situation there too, okay? So surprised and shocked. Nathan, yes, surprised and shocked can be synonyms, but for me, I would say shocked is more common for a negative situation. Like, for example, actually, I think our example here, yeah, they canceled the meeting? Really? I'm surprised. So in this situation, this person expresses surprise, like, oh, I'm surprised. I did not expect that. If you want to show that it's like really unexpected, you could say, wow, I'm shocked. Really? I'm shocked. That sounds kind of more like negative or really, really surprised. Surprised, yeah, again, for me personally, I don't use that much for a really negative situation. I just want to express, oh, that's unexpected. I did not expect that. Okay, let's go. Zach has a good example here. Pleasantly surprised. You can add pleasantly. This means pleasantly surprised. Oh, sorry, that's really messy. You can check the chat. Pleasantly surprised. Sorry, I can't erase on this board. Pleasantly surprised by the quick service. That's a good example there. That's really ugly. Pleasant here. Let me try to rewrite it. Sorry, this is really ugly. Pleasantly surprised. Okay, pleasantly surprised. There we go. Okay, pleasantly surprised. Now it looks better. But here, this one is an expression that you can use to mean that something was surprising in a good way. If it's not a clear situation, you can say, oh, I was pleasantly surprised by their work, or I was pleasantly surprised by the food quality at the cafe. So something like that can be used to show you mean surprised in a good way. Yeah, so nice one. Thanks for that, Zach. Okay, continue. Let's continue on to the next one. Yes, let's mini break, sort of. Let's talk a little bit quickly, because, oh my gosh, I talk so much, about how we can add or reduce the intensity of your feelings. Okay, so intensity means how strong your feelings are, okay? So when you use a little, it means a little, a small amount, right? A little nervous, right? It's showing I feel that a small degree, to a small degree. Pretty, that one adds, right? I'm pretty excited, yeah? That's more than a little excited. You can say really, which is adding even more. I'm really tired. And extremely. This adds a lot of intensity to what you're saying. I'm extremely happy, or she was extremely happy she got the job. So don't forget, these words are very helpful for expressing the degree of your feelings. Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh, which is a reminder that there are free PDFs for you in the YouTube description below the video. Check down here. You can check above the video on Facebook to find these and more. Now Control Desk is showing you the page. If you haven't checked recently, go and download everything at EnglishClass101.com. You can choose all of them. You do not have to choose only one or only two or only three. You can go and get every single PDF on this page for free. You just need your name and an email address, and you can come to this page and download them all. Go crazy. Put them on your phone, put them on your computer, put them on your desk, put them on your face, wherever. Go crazy. I don't know what you're going to do on your face. But yes, that is a great way for you to practice some specific situations and the dialogues, the important conversational points you need for those situations. Okay? All right, let's continue to the next part, because time is going quickly. If you haven't, please make sure to hit the like button and share this video, because it helps other people find the lesson. We love that. Let's continue. Bored. Okay, bored means you are feeling uninterested. For those of you paying attention, you will notice uninterested includes the prefix un, meaning not interested, or tired of an activity, okay? So this is actually a common word I see people making mistakes with. Bored, this is your feelings. I feel bored. He is bored. She is bored. A person's feelings. The movie is boring, okay? So this is your feeling, all right? Your feeling. The ing ending, boring, is something outside you, okay? This is one that I often see learners make a mistake with. Boring is outside you. So the movie is boring. The class is boring. My teacher is boring, okay? Something outside you. Feelings end in ed. This is a good, not a perfect rule, but a good kind of guideline for many of today's adjectives. This is all right. Nathan wrote, bored is kind of like sad or lonely. No, it is not. Bored means that you don't want to do it anymore. You feel you can't focus on it. Key word here, you are not interested in that. When you feel sad, remember, we lost something. We feel disappointed about something. And when we feel lonely, we have no connection to another person. We want to meet someone or see someone, but we can't, or we're too busy. Bored means you are not interested in something. They are very different feelings, so please watch out for that. Okay, let's look at the example. How's the meeting going? A bit boring, to be honest. A bit boring. So please note, the example uses boring, right? Boring. So we know the meeting is boring. This person, their feeling is bored, okay? So because the subject is meeting, we have to use the ing form. How's the meeting going? Oh, it's a bit boring. It's not interesting, is what this means, okay? It's not that interesting. Okay, let's continue. Frustrated. Frustrated. This is a good one for learners, I think, to use and practice. I think many learners avoid this word because it's a little bit difficult to say. Frustrated. Frustrated. So frustrated describes the feeling that you feel annoyed because there's a problem or there's a delay. So a great example of this is when your phone or your computer is not working correctly. Yeah? You're waiting for your phone, it crashes. Or your computer, you're trying to do something on your computer, it crashes, freezes, okay? You feel frustrated, like, ugh, why? That feeling is what we call feeling frustrated. And like with boring, we also have the ing form too. Frustrating. Sorry, I'm not doing a very good job with writing today. Frustrating. This is an A, okay? So frustrated is, again, your feeling. That's for you. And frustrating is outside you, okay? So this is a really good one to know. We can say, like, after a computer crashes, I'm just so frustrated with my computer. Do we have that as an example? Yes, that's what I thought. Okay, so here's our example. The printer broke again. The printer broke again. Really common office problem, right? I'm frustrated with it too. This is another key preposition I wanted to talk about today. With. I'm frustrated with. This is how we express the object of our frustration. So the reason we feel frustrated. I'm frustrated with it. So it means the printer, okay? The printer broke again. I'm frustrated with it too. So this means I am also frustrated with the printer. Just note, we do not say frustrated about or frustrated for. We use frustrated with, okay? I'm frustrated with my computer. I'm frustrated with my phone. I'm frustrated with maybe my neighbor. You can feel frustrated with a person as well, okay? Someone who's always making a problem for you. You can use that for people and for objects, okay? All right, let's continue to the next one. Nathan has a good one. Great synonym for frustrated is infuriated. Yes, excellent one. Sounds very, very angry. Let's go to a positive word, proud. Proud, okay. Proud means we feel pleased or we feel happy about an achievement. So that can be for yourself or it can be for someone else. So when we feel proud, It's a positive feeling. Your family member got a job, you're like, oh, I'm so proud. Or you can say about yourself when you get a new job, good job, me, I feel proud, right? So when we feel happy about an achievement, we feel happy we accomplished something, we describe that feeling with the word proud. I feel proud. You may know the noun form pride, right? Pride. Okay, let's look at an example. You finished the project early. I'm really proud of how it turned out. I'm really proud of how it turned out. Let's look at a preposition note here because this is also important. So, I'm really proud. Notice we used of here, okay? Of shows the reason for the proud feelings, okay? And it also it shows the direction, okay? So I'm proud of how it turned out. Let's take this as kind of our unit. We can put the reason, of course, for our proud feelings here. We can also put the person we feel proud of in this position. For example, I'm really proud of you. You got the job. I'm really proud of you. Or my family member got the job. I'm really proud of him, or I'm really proud of her. Please note we use the preposition of here to describe that feeling of pride, or to describe proud, feeling proud, okay? Let's continue because I am late. Relieved, relieved. Okay, relieved means you feel relaxed, and this is important, after worry or stress, after worry or stress. So you feel worried, really stressed, like before a test, you know, that feeling like, will I pass the test? Will I fail the test? I don't know. You take the test. After the test, you go, it's done. That feeling, feeling, we describe as feeling relieved. I feel relieved now, okay? So the key here is it's the feeling, feeling relaxed after a period of worry or after a period of stress, okay? All right, let's look at our example, which is, your interview went well? Yeah, I'm so relieved, right? I'm so relieved. That sounds like I was stressed before, now less, okay? I'm so relieved, that's good. Okay, continuing, there it is, anxious, anxious. We talked about worried before, let's compare. So anxious, feeling nervous and worried, often with physical symptoms. Some people experience anxiety, which is like a special level of anxiousness. That's beyond today's lesson. But anxious is very similar to worried. We talked in the beginning about worry, and I said worry has a feeling of fear, right? We feel afraid about a problem. Something bad might happen. Anxious has this feeling of nervousness. So I said before, this is a good word to use before a presentation or a performance, right? You feel anxious. Some people, when they get anxious, they bite their nails like this. That's maybe a really common example. Or some people like pull their hair like this, or some people, many people have different ways to express an anxious feeling. Maybe you have, I don't know, maybe you pick at your skin, or maybe you scratch your, I don't know. Everybody maybe has a different way. Maybe some people like bounce a little bit when they feel anxious or nervous, yeah? Whatever. You do you, no judgment here. But this is the difference between feeling anxious and worried. Sometimes we can feel anxious and worried together. That kind of fear and the physical feelings that we want to like get out of our body, right? Because we feel like so nervous about something, okay? So, let's see. Patrick wrote, relieve and relief are the same meaning. Yes, Patrick, they are just different parts of speech. To relieve means, that's the verb part. Relief is the noun. So yes, they have the same meaning, okay? Carlos wrote, I express anxious, touching my hair. I express anxious, so this is the adjective. Very close, Carlos. This is the adjective form. The noun form is anxiousness, okay? I express anxiousness by touching my hair. Okay, let's look at our example. You seem distracted. Distracted means it seems like you cannot focus on something. I've been anxious about my presentation. So that means, yeah, this person notices, oh, this person B, it's like, maybe they can't focus, maybe they have some physical thing they're doing, like they seem distracted, like, it seems you're having trouble focusing. Are you okay? So that's a nice way to ask if someone is doing okay. Okay, let's go to the last one. We made it. Yay! All right, good. So today we talked a lot about these different vocabulary words and the important, very important, tiny little prepositions. Like we talked about for and with, of, and about, kind of as our focus ones today. But don't forget these softeners, these words we use to change the emphasis, to change the intensity of our feelings, like a bit and a little and extremely. And don't forget, these kinds of questions are important, yeah? Are you okay? Like in our previous example, you seem distracted. Are you okay? So ask about the person's condition if they seem unhappy, okay? This is a good one too. If the person says, I'm sad, you can say, do you want to talk? And they can say no, they don't want to talk. But this is usually a nice way to ask someone who seems down if they want to discuss that. Okay? And lastly, match tone to the situation, formal versus informal. Today we talked mostly about kind of informal vocabulary words. Well, I suppose we can use them formally and informally, but in conversations about our feelings, usually are more informal. We talk about them with our close friends, family, maybe some coworkers. So they tend to be, feelings conversations tend to be a little more casual, but you can use these words in more polite situations also. Okay, let's wrap it up today. I reminded you once before, I'll remind you once more now. There are free PDFs for you. Check the link down there, up there, and Control Desk is going to show you again. The team has a bunch, so let me remind you again this week. Make sure that you check them at EnglishClass101.com to get all of them for free with just your name and your email address. All right, cool. Because the lesson is ending, you want to practice more, you can get more for free. Okay, let's finish up there. We talked about a few patterns. We practiced this one a lot. I'm and I feel, right? They are the same ways to express a basic feeling. I feel anxious or I'm anxious. They express the same thing. We also talked about that's, and we talked about quickly the difference between ed and ing ending adjectives. If you want some more practice with this, do a quick search, YouTube. You can go on the EnglishClass101.com website to find more of my lessons about the differences between these adjective types also. So please check that out after the lesson finishes. Let's finish up there. If you want to do a comment practice, you can answer this question in the comments. How do you feel today? All right. Okay, let's finish there. Next week, we're going to do a reading practice again. Next week, we're going to look at the wolf in sheep's clothing. This is a really, really common, really well-known English language folk tale, English language story. And I know there are many other cultures that have this same type of story as well. So please join me for next week's reading practice. That will be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you don't know your local time, please Google it or set a notification on Facebook or on YouTube so you get a pop-up when we start this lesson. Hooray! All right. So I'll say goodbye for today, but don't forget to download your free PDFs. Check the link down here or up here to get that. All right. Thank you so much to everybody for joining me again live this week. That was fantastic. Thanks for the great questions, YouTube. I love that. I love great questions and great example sentences. Very impressive. Okay. Thanks to everybody joining me, and I'll say goodbye for now. So have a great day, have a great week, have a great weekend, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.